According to Jon Heyman of Twitter, the Texas Rangers, along with the Houston Astros, Boston Red Sox, and San Francisco Giants, are in the mix for Trevor Story. The New York Yankees are also mentioned by Heyman as being involved in Story. With opening day less than 3 weeks away and the chances of landing the type of massive long-term deal Story was likely seeking at the start of free agency dwindling, it's looking more and more likely that he'll end up with a high AAV, short-term deal that will allow him to re-enter the free agent market sooner rather than later. The Minnesota Twins just signed Carlos Correa, the other top free agent shortstop who was still unsigned before the lockout, to a 3-year, $105.3 million deal with 2 opt-outs. Story might be on the lookout for a similar, but less lucrative, contract. Story isn't getting the same money as Correa, and it'll be more difficult for him to secure opt-outs, but a short-term solution appears to be what he's after right now. Story would presumably be pursued by the Rangers in order to have him play third base in 2022, now that Josh Jung is out for the season. Story prefers to play shortstop, but with Corey Seager on the Rangers, Xander Bogaerts on the Bo Sox, and Brandon Crawford on the Giants, he'd have to switch positions if he joined any of those teams. Only the Astros and Yankees, out of the 5 teams cited by Heyman, have a shortstop opening. While some have expressed concern about Story's road numbers during his time in Colorado, as we discussed here, his road numbers, like those of most Rockies hitters, appear to be primarily impacted by struggles in the first few games after leaving Colorado, as the ball moves differently when it is not at altitude.